Cell response. What is the difference in cytoplasmic response versus a response in the cell's nucleus? Ultimately, a signal transduction pathway leads to the regulation of one or more cellular activities. The response at the end of the pathway may occur in the nucleus of the cell or in the cytoplasm. So for the nucleus, many signaling pathways ultimately regulate protein synthesis, usually by turning specific genes on or off in the nucleus. Like an activated steroid receptor, the final activated molecule in a signaling pathway may function as a transcription factor. The transcription factors can either turn on genes or off genes. A transcription factor can regulate several different genes. And the picture on the left is an example of it being in the nucleus. For cytoplasmic responses, sometimes a signaling pathway may regulate the activity of proteins rather than causing their synthesis by activating gene expression. This directly activates proteins that function outside of the cell's nucleus. For example, a signal may cause the opening or closing of an ion channel in the plasma membrane or a change in the activity of a metabolic enzyme. Through this each molecule is activated, the response is amplified and a subject will return shortly. And that is an example on the left of a cytoplasmic response. Cell response. How can two types of cells respond to the same signal in different ways? So the explanation for the specificity exhibited in cellular responses to signals is the same as the basic explanation for virtually all differences between cells, because different kinds of cells turn on different sets of genes, and different kinds of cells have different collections of proteins. The response of a cell to a signal depends on its particular collection of signal receptor proteins, relay proteins, and proteins needed to carry out the response. Thus, two cells that respond differently to the same signal differ in one or more proteins that respond to the signal. And this is an example of the different ways that a cell can respond to the same signal.